I got to say something. When I pulled up in my Uber this morning, I saw these people on the corner, and they're yelling, and it's a little warm outside, and there's a couple people by the gate in front of the hotel, and I'm walking through the gate in the hotel. If you ever see me travel, I'm usually like in just sweatpants and a shirt, and I got sunglasses on. This one person goes, "Harry, are you that Byron Donalds guy?" And I said, "Oh yeah, that's me." And they go, "How could you?" And I looked at them like, "I can't really hear you too well because they're yelling down the street. Speak louder." "What'd you say?" "How could you?" I said, "Do you mean how could I stand for liberty? How could I stand for our children? How could I stand for this country?" I do that pretty easily because it's the right thing to do. Then I walk into this ballroom and they told me the event here in Philadelphia, the birthplace of democracy, is Moms for Liberty. And I see some dads for liberty in the room. And I just want to tell you it's really an honor to be here with you this afternoon. You're listening to a kid from Brooklyn, New York. That's really who I am. Oh, hey, real quick. I always got to ask at this point in the speech, is Brooklyn in the house? Brooklyn's always in the house. There she goes right there. Brooklyn's always with us. There we go. Brooklyn's always with us. I'm a kid from Brooklyn. My mom, she was a mom for liberty. You guys just weren't organized yet. I mean, we talking about 1983, New York City. And she looked at her son who wasn't getting the education that he needed in PS 235 in Brooklyn, New York, and she had a choice to make. And the choice she made is the choice that so many moms make, so many moms want to make, so many moms wish they could make, so many mothers desire to make. And you dads for liberty, I ain't forget about you because I know you desire it too. And that decision that she made for me was to pull me out of PS 235 and to take whatever money she had and to find whatever money she didn't have and to put me in a school where I could learn and I could excel and where I can achieve. And the reason why I tell that story so much about who my mom is and who you're listening to today is because I'm not here without her sacrifice. The people yelling outside and the bureaucrats at school districts all across the country, they oppose you because they believe, truly, they believe that the kids belong to them. There's some guy that ran for governor in Virginia and he snatched defeat from the jaws of victory because he was a fool and told people that their kids belong to the state and not to their parents. And let this be a message to any current politician, prospective politician, activist group. If you think you're going to stand between a child and their parents, you are going to have a battle on your hands the likes you have never seen. You see, that battle is something that I know all too well. My wife and I know that battle. We watched our son in elementary school learn math the right way, and then Common Core came in. And the math homework came home, and we're scratching our head like, what is this? Like, I'm a finance major. She's an accounting major. We know math, okay? For Joe Biden, we know math. And to watch our son go through this work and struggle. And he's trying to do it in front of me. And I'm the dad, like, side note, I'm that dad that's kind of tough. I'm like, what are you doing? That's not it. This is it. Do it this way. He's like, but Dad, this is what they're teaching me to do. And I remember it like it was yesterday. He's sitting at the kitchen table. He's got tears in his eyes crying. This is how they're teaching me. And I said, son, I don't know what they're teaching you, but I promise you this. In the real world, you get fired over doing math like this. You get fired. And so that began the journey of really getting engaged in education, becoming activists in education like so many of you are here in this room this afternoon, and even the people who couldn't make the trip. You know, I was downstairs and got a chance to meet and see a lot of the chapter chairs from all across the country. You chapter chairs from Moms for Liberty, thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you. Because that sacrifice is critical if we are going to hold this public education system accountable here in America. It's not just in Washington, D.C. It's at home in every city, every town, every county, and every state in the United States of America. And it is your passion. It is your work. It is your willingness to stand in front of the Leviathan that has become public education that will see change come to an America and make sure our kids get the education that they so rightfully deserve. You're now listening to a guy that before TV interviews and rounds of speaker votes, you're listening to a guy who was in our state legislature back in Florida. I passed a bill, House Bill 989. And at the time, this bill was radical. What the bill did is it allowed parents and members of a community to see what was actually in the textbooks that were in front of our kids. You know, fathom that. Parents should be able to read what's in the material. And I remember we were on debate on the House floor, and the Democrats are like, oh my gosh, you can't have parents and community members read this stuff. What will happen? What happened is it started a movement where people started to see the indoctrination in front of our kids. So that's the person you're listening to now. I might be a member of Congress, but my heart has always been an activist for the future of our kids. So let me say this. Don't not be afraid. Don't be afraid. Stand firm in front of the bureaucrats and the protesters outside. Stand firm in front of the press because they don't even know what they're talking about anyway. At the end of the day, the thing that we want is for all parents to have the right and have their rightful place to direct the lives of their children. Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, a liberal, a conservative, unfortunately, if you're a Marxist, or even if you're a committed conservative, every parent has that right. Every parent should be at the head of the table and not behind. So now, I have the opportunity to introduce you to somebody. Now, I think you know this guy. He too believes that you should be at the head of the table. He believes that every American should come first and that our government should come last. He believes that America's future is best put into the hands of your decisions and your thoughts. He believes that, yes, we can make America great again. And now let me tell you what I believe. I believe that he will be the 47th president of these United States. Ladies and gentlemen, President Donald J. Trump.